believe it or not, in all of algebra, there's only two major rules. So today we'll take a look at those two major rules. Let's get started. So the first rule is what you do on one side, do to the other. And the second rule is isolate the variable. Now let's look at some examples of what the first rule means. So we have x minus 5 is equal to 3. Well, I really want to get rid of this minus 5 here, so I can find out what x is equal to. So I have x minus 5 is equal to 3. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to add 5 to the left-hand side. But our first rule says, what you do on one side, do to the other. So I'm going to add a plus 5 to the right-hand side. Now, realize that this is 0. So I have x, or plus 0, is equal to 3 plus 5, or just x is equal to 8. Now let's look at one more example to really solidify that. So I have 3x plus 5x minus 8 is equal to 8. Well, what I have to do now is I first want to combine like terms right here, and from our past example, we know that 8x. So 8x minus 8 is equal to 8. Now I want to get rid of this negative 8. So what am I going to do? I'm going to add 8 to the left-hand side. But remember, what I do on one side, I have to do to the other. So because I added 8 to the left-hand side, I need to add 8 to the right-hand side. So now, simplifying this, realize that this is 0. So I have 8x plus 0 is equal to 8 plus 8, or 8x is equal to 16. Now, I want to figure out what x is. Well, I want to get rid of this 8. So what do? I divide by 8 on the left-hand side. But remember, what I do on one side, I have to do to the other. So when I divide by 8 on the left-hand side, I need to divide by 8 on the right-hand side. So then, 8x divided by 8 is just equal to x. And 16 divided by 8 is equal to 2. So x is equal to 2. Now let's take a look at the second rule, which is isolate the variable. Okay? Well, first I want to get rid of this, I want to get rid of this 3, okay? Well, what am I going to do? I'm going to add a negative 3, or subtract the 3 from the right-hand side. But what I do on one side, I have to do to the other side, so I subtracted 3 from the left-hand side as well. This simplifies to x plus 2 is equal to 2x. But I need to isolate the variable, which means I need to get all the variables on one side and all the numbers on another side. So what I do is, I'm going to subtract x from both sides. So x minus x plus 2 is equal to 2x minus x, so I have 2 is equal to x, or that's just x is equal to 2. Basically, what I've done is I've brought the variables to one side and the constants to another side. So let's write that out. Variable, constant. So you can decide which side you want to be the variable side and which side you want to be the constant side. Just remember, each one has to have its own side. Let's look at one more example. So here I'm going to first combine like terms. So 2x plus 3x is equal to 5x. So 5x plus 5 is equal to 10x minus 10. Now I'm going to add a 10 to both sides. I have 5x plus 5 plus 10 is equal to 10x minus 10 plus 10. So now I have 5x plus 15 is equal to 10x. Now I want to isolate the variables, or bring the variables to one side. So I want to get rid of this 5x. So what do? I subtract a 5x from both sides. So 5x minus 5x plus 15 is equal to 10x minus 5x. So that's 15 is equal to 5x. Now I need to divide by 5 on both sides, because what I do to one side I have to do to the other. And this gives me that x is equal to 3. So I hope that helped, and I hope to see you soon.